Hi everyone, it's Bram Duffee for Public Speaking Class, here to talk today about using language to style the speech. So we're going to talk about talking, and not just any talk, but the kind that has everyone listening to every word you say. Let's think about it like building a Lego set. You have all these colorful pieces, and those pieces are like words and sentences, and your job is to make something really cool out of them. And that thing that you're going to make this really cool is your speech. So first up, let's break it down with style. That's how you pick these Legos. What words you choose and how you put them together make that message stick. Think about your favorite superhero. They've got a style, right? Maybe they're funny. Maybe they're serious. Maybe they're always out to get our attention with the way they do something or the way they talk. Now, when you chat with your friends, you don't use big fancy words. No, you keep it simple. And that's what oral style is. And it's easier to learn by listening and remembering. It's like when you're giving instructions to play a game, you wouldn't say, proceed in a clockwise manner. You just say, go around in a circle. See the difference? So you want to keep it simple and use words that are like your oldest pair of sneakers. They're comfortable and familiar, all right? So no need to dress up the language in a tuxedo when jeans are going to do just fine. And so if you have to choose between saying words like facilitate or help, then go with help. See? Simple. All right. And why use a lot of words when just a few words will do? So, we want to cut the fluff. Extra words that don't need to be there need to be let go. It's like packing for a trip. We just want to take what we need. And part of that is that we want to try playing with phrases and sentence fragments. And yeah, you heard me right, fragments, because you're going to write a whole speech out. And then over time, practicing that speech is going to help you get to be in a more conversational style so that you're going to be able to, speak in fragments, speak like a person speaks instead of the way we write. There are times where you're going to repeat stuff, and that's fine. Repeating stuff helps continue the conversation. It helps the audience be able to keep up with what you're saying and what's going on. And let's not forget the pronouns like we, I, us, you. It's like reaching out for that person, and it's what helps connect us. So here's my favorite part. Concrete language and vivid imagery. Concrete words are the ones that you can touch and see, smell, hear, or taste. It's like saying the words chocolate chip cookie instead of just saying the word snack. Which one made you almost taste the cookie? Was it you? Yeah, it was when I said chocolate chip cookie. So it's the power of concrete language, and painting pictures with your words makes it happen. Have you ever imagined the warm sun on your face or smell the rain? That is imagery. It makes your speech pop like fireworks, right? So figures of speech are next. These are things that you can do to decorate your speech. And so it's like when you compare things by using similes. So you could say like or as, or you could use metaphors and say something's busy as a bee, or you could use analogies, like comparing things. And so all of these are options that help you be able to relate to your audience and be yourself. And I would just say that we want to watch out for things like cliches and mixed metaphors. They can make all of this Lego castle that we're talking about, it can make it a bit wobbly. So it's like matching up things that don't feel right. So I want you to imagine that you're constructing a trust bridge with your audience, and every word is a plank in that bridge. And you want to use the audience that's gonna give you want to use language that's going to give your audience that good feeling, cozy sweater, fits just right, that's appropriate and accurate and assertive, and just the right amount of assertive, but respectful and genuinely showing that you have a desire to connect with your audience. Those are the things that matter, that help get you there. Now, let's talk about appropriate language. It's like dressing up for the right kind of occasion. You don't wear flip-flops to a snowball fight, right? So it's like, why would you use slang if you're in a serious lecture? Or why would you throw in a joke that's like a knock-knock joke during a eulogy? It just wouldn't be appropriate usually, right? So your words have to fit in with the who and the what and the where of your speech. And remember, you need to keep it clean. There's no need to drag in any kind of bathroom humor into the spotlight, because it's true, you can shine without it, and it can do nothing except cause negative thoughts in people's minds. It's like if you could say something that would potentially offend even 10% of the audience, it's just not worth it, because it means that you're not able to adequately communicate what you set out to do. So it is true that sometimes a cool sprinkle, like a little local flavor into your talks, can work out and be just fine. I'm in Texas right now. You all know that. And saying things like howdy can warm up the room. And being from the South, similar. You could say hi y'all, or hey y'all, or hi y'all. You know, those things where you connect with a whole group can really present yourself in a certain way. You could also swap that out for something like good evening. And just by saying that a little bit slower, it puts the laid back feel of your voice out there, and it does connect with the whole audience. And it's a different kind of thing as if compared to something like what's up, right? That's much more impersonal. It's much more personal and much less formal. So we want to make sure that whatever you're doing fits your crowd. The other thing is being accurate in your language. And so we want to think about how, of course, sometimes words have two different types of meanings. And so for audience members that might have English as a second language, that would be especially important to acknowledge. And these dictionary definition versus the feelings that words stir up, they can all matter in different ways. It's like the word rock. It can mean that like a stone, but rock can also mean something that's solid or something that's reliable. So anytime we use phrases like that, we want to make sure to fully explain them. And even though some of the explanations feel infantile and silly to do, we have to remember that this is about connecting with our audience. It's like holding their hand and walking through the situation. And the situation that you're walking them through is the story that you want them to hear, is the explanation that you want them to understand, is the new process that you are trying to teach. So whatever that is really the focus. And so you take that message, and we have to adapt that message to the audience. And that happens by taking into account things like the situation. And if we're too informal, or if we don't meet the standard for the situation, then people are not going to see us as a credible speaker. They're not going to see us as maybe worth listening to, because we're not holding the stage for the part that we're there for. So I'm really appreciative for you to hang out, to look at all the different ways that we use language. But it's just important that we think about delivering the message with the kinds of words that give the people the feel, and give the people the information, and give the people the message that we intend. So until next time, good times for our public speaking.